Ladies and gentlemen, what do you want to be when you grow up? Forbes magazine did a survey of 5-year-olds. They asked that question. 22% of 5-year-olds said they want to be superheroes. 15% said firefighters, and 11% want to be police officers. Kids know what they want to be when they grow up. In contrast, an MSNBC survey showed that 80% of incoming college freshmen have an undeclared major. 5-year-olds know what they want to be. Why don't we? Well, the truth of the matter is we have our priorities out of whack. We think, I'm going to go to school, find out what I like, get a degree, and eventually find a job that I really love. In reality, we need to make the decision, what do we want to be when we grow up? And then do everything in our power to qualify for that. When you set a worthy goal and make plans every day to accomplish that goal, you can do anything that you want. And who's to tell you what your limits are? Only you can put a limit on your growth. Imagine, if I were to walk into a 3rd grade classroom, look those kids in the eye and say, you probably won't be a doctor. It's too much school. You're definitely not making it to the MBA. You're only 3 feet tall. What would their parents say? They'd be furious. Why then do we do the same thing to ourselves every day? Don't pay attention to what you or anyone else deems possible or impossible. Scientists unanimously agreed that it was physically impossible for a man to run a mile in under 4 minutes, until Roger Bannister did it in 1954. Then in 2001, Alan Webb set the high school mile record at 3 minutes and 53 seconds. A child did something that 50 years earlier, scientists had deemed physically impossible. Nothing is impossible. Let your goals guide you. Muhammad Ali once said, "What keeps me going is my goals." This is a man who earned a heavyweight champion title and then had it stripped from him because he was a conscientious objector to the Vietnam War. He faced adversity in his career, but that didn't stop him from achieving his goals. He went on to become a 3-time heavyweight champion of the world and a household name. People will tell you what you can't do. They're going to tell you that you're too young. You don't have enough education. Maybe you're too old. You don't have enough money. Maybe you're just not as good as those who came before you. But those are just words. Let your goals keep you focused. Now, granted, goals are just marks on a piece of paper until you go out and do those things that turn them into a reality. Make plans every day that bring you closer to your goals. When you wake up in the morning, you have to know what you're doing that day and how it is going to help you become the person that you want to become. Now, in November, I started working as a real estate agent. And people told me, Grayson, you're too young. You're 22 years old. You don't know enough people in Utah. You're from Oregon. This is a stupid idea. But I ignored them. I thought to myself, hey, I can do this. In January, I was invited to join a real estate team as their buyer specialist. Unfortunately, I struggled to close a deal. I faced adversity. I didn't know what to do. Luckily, I had the words of the Chinese philosopher Confucius, who said, when it is obvious that the goals can't be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Adjust those things you're doing every day. I don't want to give up on my goal as a real estate agent. My wife and I, we set aside enough money to allow me to do this career for 6 months. Unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, we ran out of money. So I had to make the choice. Am I done with real estate? I chose to listen to Confucius. I changed my plans. I work part-time, and I have another job that helps me earn money. Because when you focus on a goal and set plans to accomplish that goal, you can do whatever you want. Carol Dweck, a psychologist, said, "For 20 years, my research has shown that the view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life." You are whatever you think you are. So ladies and gentlemen, hold tight to that superhero within. And remember, not all heroes fly and wear capes. Thank you.